Today I'm riding up near Vail. Just wanted to get a change of scenery. And wanted to mention something. Ned put up the review recently of the WR250R, which I'm riding today. And I saw it, and I realized it totally cut out a part that I put in there about setting up the FMF Programmer. And I asked him why I did that, and he said because the video was already getting too long and because it wasn't really relevant. But well, I'm not criticizing Ned, because Ned does a really good job of editing those videos. There's lots of things I say that I know he doesn't agree with, and he leaves it in there as to not censor me. But anyways, that was just information. That was a call on context. That wasn't really censoring. So anyways, Ned said he'd make another video of the FMF Programmer setup if I did an intro for it. So this is the dang old intro right here. So I'll explain the settings on this thing as best as I can, and then we'll start it up and make an adjustment. So the first setting is basically a pilot jet. The second setting is kind of like a leak jet. It's how much fuel gets dumped in when you're accelerating. The third setting is like a main jet. It's how much fuel gets dumped in when you're wide open. And then the fourth setting is, well, the fourth, fifth, and sixth setting are all basically like your fuel needle. They kind of adjust the taper of how the jets move from one to the other as you go through the power range. What I've found on this is that the second setting is really the only one that makes a huge difference. Everything else, no matter what the setup, could be pretty much 2.5 for the first setting. The third setting can be 0.5. The fourth setting's 8, 6, or fifth setting's 6, and the sixth setting's 4. So if you're struggling with one of these, go ahead and try that. Set it for 2.5, 3, 0.5, 8, 6, and 4. And then go back to that second setting, the one that you set at 3, and try it at every setting between 2 and 4 and see if something feels better to you. So there you go, now you know how to set up FMF Programmer. Another thing about this is it's got a little bit of a software bug, which makes the fifth setting not work the way it should. So sometimes you got to bump it down from 6 to 4. And if I had to go over again, I wouldn't get the FMF, I'd get the Altitude Industries. I'm pretty sure Altitude designed and made this, and FMF licenses it. And the FMF is just an older version of an Altitude, like the 1.0 or the 2.0. If you go to Altitude Industries website and get one of their third generations, I think you'll be in a better situation. The second setting is at 2.5, and I'm going to bump that to 3 because I think it's going a little bit lean. The second setting is the one that actually makes a difference. Like, I will take this out and I will run it up and down the road accelerating really hard with this set of different things between 2 and 4, and it feels a little bit different. So I'm going to put it at 3 because it's feeling a little bit lean right now. The third setting we got at 0.5, which is basically factory. Third setting's 0.5. Unless you've increased your displacement, I can't imagine you're going to need anything than stock on the third setting. So that's how you set up the FMF Programmer. So to summarize, the settings for most people, for most setups: 2, 3-ish, 0.5, 8, 6, maybe 4 if you're having a software bug issue, and then 4. And that second setting, the 3-ish one, that's really the only one you probably ought to be messing with much. And I still say if I had to over again, I'd get the Altitude Industries Programmer. Supposedly it doesn't have that software bug, and it looks like it's had more iterations of improvement on basically the same design. Ed, make sure you put in some kind of a link to Attitude's website on the description thingy so people can find what we're talking about there. So I hope that's helpful to somebody. If it was helpful to you and you think it'll be helpful to others, then please do a little like thingy so other people will discover it. Then we'll all be good. Over and out.